Did you ever cross a color barrier, or an age barrier, or a gender barrier? I'll bet every woman in this room crossed at least one gender barrier in your time. That's daring. And what do? You sit down and act as if you belong there. Well, I'm going to do a little different talk than usual authors. I'm going to tell some stories about daring moments of my life. I'm about to take the longest walk of my life. It starts from the flamingo pink precinct of the women's department at the New York Herald Tribune, which was where girl journalists in the 60s were always sequestered in the women's department. And I'm sneaking down the back stairs so my editor won't catch me, and across into the testosterone zone, the city room, where only men in white shirts and dark ties were allowed to work. And I could get fired for this. If my editor knew that I was going to take my best story to another editor, she would have thrown a fit. But I'm on a mission. I'm determined to pitch a story to the man who was changing journalism in the 1960s, the wunderkind editor Clay Felker. He was incubating New York Magazine in the pages of the Herald Tribune. My first exposure to the man who would become my mentor was his voice. It would make, water jiggle in the cups. What do you mean you don't have my reservation? It's Clay Felker. Isn't this the Four Seasons? I want my usual table in the pool room. I'm bringing 3 for dinner tonight. A couple of senators, and my wife's opening on Broadway. Thinking, I'm going to pitch a story to this man who knows everybody in New York. He said, Mr. Felker? It's Clay. Where did you come from? Oh, the estrogen zone? Great. What have you got for me? I've got 15 seconds to spill out this story. Well, it's a story about loser guys, and they want to attract beautiful girls to share their beach house in Fire Island and sit on their beach blanket to attract other beautiful girls, like flypaper, and they're having specimen viewing parties. Did you go to a specimen viewing party? Yes. They rejected me. Great. Then write it just like you described it to me. Write it as a scene. We'll call it the flypaper people. Write journalism as a scene? This had never been done before. It was always who, what, when, where, why. Just the facts, ma'am. But Clay was introducing me to something we came to call the new journalism.